love what Sony's done with the Vita. They've come up with the ultimate spec. You know, if you're going to design a handheld gaming device for gamers, you know, with a serious level of graphics performance and memory and CPU, Sony has done absolutely everything right there.
With every platform, the same question comes up, whether it's a handheld or a console or a tablet. If you have great content, it will drive sales of the hardware.
As a gamer, I like those platforms. I think they're wonderful. From a business perspective, I don't know. I mean, it's just becoming harder and harder to convince people to pick up handheld, dedicated gaming platforms.
Now, the consumer implications of that market are harder to judge. You know, everybody who's a Vita customer will already own an iPhone and Android, so are they going to buy another device?
They're valid questions, whether a handheld can actually still be viable in the market. But then I look at the content, you know, we saw one here, it's like Uncharted. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Uncharted franchise, so there's a cool new game on the Vita, and it's like it's only on that. Well, that might enable people to buy it just for that one unique piece of content.
The key thing is to make it made for medium. So whatever you're building isn't a port of something onto another platform. I think the really successful ones are the ones who build their content for the medium.
I guess that's always been a factor of success of any given platform, is what content's available for it. If it's compelling enough, that can enable it to be successful.
And every platform generally needs that killer app that people talk about constantly.
What I believe is that if we are passionate about them and we make them to a high enough standard that when people play it, they will be passionate about it, that it's that passion that's going to sell it.
If you're doing something really well, you will find success, because all of these things, people want to play games on.
But the long-term future there is unclear. Yeah, we went from Nintendo Game Boys in the past to iPhones, and now every 5-year-old wants an iPhone or an iPad for Christmas. It's been a big change. I think a lot of people want Vitas, but how big that audience is in the future is unpredictable.
The challenge it also has is the heavy sampling that you can currently enjoy on something like an iPhone or an Android device that's very seductive. I mean, like the fact that you can just try, yeah, and just whenever you want.
Most content creators are thinking about ways that they can get their IP on as many platforms as possible. And it may be that we see fewer and fewer IP on just one platform.
You have smartphones, you have tablets, you have PCs, and then you have dedicated handheld gaming devices and consoles. It's not clear that all of these are going to remain separate categories in the future. You know, we're seeing tablets like iPad and laptop PCs are looking more and more alike. You might find in 5 more years that there's just one market that spans that whole range of devices, and it's not so distinct anymore.
We were debating that earlier, actually, about how it's become a lot more the ubiquitous device that you want to have with you to do different things, different functionality. You look at your email, you look at videos, you take it when you're on a plane, you want to be able to play games, you want to be able to connect and use interoperable functionality on other systems as well.
You might find that so many people have grown up with iPhones that when they see the Vita come along, then suddenly there will be a new audience of people who actually want that device, who wouldn't have thought of it in the past because they're newly minted gamers, thanks to games like Angry Birds and so on, and are ready for a bigger experience.
You're going to get a better experience. I mean, just plain and simple. And it's just the question of, is it that experience so good that it actually supplants the time I would otherwise be spending sampling? It's hard to say. I mean, I think it's early. We'll see within 6 months if there's much more new content, and then really that's when you make the call.
The hallmark of a console gaming experience is you're sitting in front of a TV, you're going to be there for a while, you're getting really immersed in a serious and lasting game experience. It's like watching a feature film, but even more so. Certainly that aspect of gaming will always be with us. Some people do that sitting in front of their computer, some people do that sitting in front of their console, but I certainly don't see people moving away from Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 to iPhone gaming, for example. It's just not the same quality of immersive experience.
We're biased. I mean, we have both, right? So we tend to play a lot of games, so we enjoy playing games from a wide variety of developers, different content, different kinds of games, different business models, just to check it out. So I think time will tell.
But you might find devices like Apple TV eventually have a long-term impact on the console market. And you might find consoles adopt more wide consumer features like TV streaming and things like that. And you also might find that services like OnLive and Gaikai and the cloud-based gaming framework they define, where all the intelligence is on servers and the users sending controls out and seeing a streaming video of the game session, you might find that really blurs the line between consoles, televisions, and all other consumer devices. It's going to be a very exciting time, but it's hard to predict what's going to arise from it.